Ready? So here we go. The review question, review for Proctor Test 2. So it's going to cover modules 3, 4, 5. And that's from the Go view. And module 3, pretty much about those functions like VLOOKUP, F, and other statistical functions like mode for singular, which is just value appears most often from the group of numbers, and round function, workday function, network day function. Actually, network days. There's an S at the end. So those are some important functions to know. Module 4 is creating a different type of charts, starting from column, line, pie, bar, area chart, combo chart. Those are the more important than others, including histogram. So module 5 is working with multiple worksheets and multiple workbooks. It's like multiple files. So I'm not sure we're going to cover this in the test too much. Maybe if it appears, then it's going to be just working with multiple sheets rather than multiple workbooks. Okay. And in terms of assigning assigning range names, or sometimes we call it named ranges, that's more appear in module 6. So very little about module 5 will be dealt with this Proctor test, I believe. So let's get into actual review questions. So the file we have is, what's the name of this file? I think I named it like a image or something. Image or what's that? Let's go back to make sure. Let me get this out of the way. All right, that's a review question for Proctor test 2. And data file we're going to use is emajor22c, and the other one we're going to use par as a data file. I'm going to open up emajor2c first, and this is the one. I already started working on some of this, so most of the cells are already filled in because I just started like 10 minutes ago. So anyway, the first worksheets we're going to work on will be institution sheet. No, I'm sorry. Snowman sheets, right? Snowman sheets. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to fill this, looks like a receipt or some sort of bill that we're going to fill out using the data range on the right side, which we have item ID, then item name and price. So using those lookup range, we're going to fill those data into the cell that we're going to use. So it's most of data values are filled in except here, this area. Those are the area we're going to work on. Okay. Actually, it was a blank in this area. Same thing here too. Okay, but I already started, so already fit in. So idea is because we're gonna just started working on, for example, D13 by entering a value of this item ID. So we can use any item, but we happen to be use BB7786 as an example. So that's why it appears. But you can use any value from those, okay? So you enter D13, just value from one of those. So it will be B7786. Then G13, we're going to enter some random number. It happens to be 3. So you can, again, it can be 4, 5, any numbers. It's possible because that's a quantity. So those two numbers are entered. Then next step, which is the step 3, E13, we're going to enter VLOOKUP. So number 3, if you look at the instruction, this a little bit confusing because if you're not, into this function too much, it can be confusing. So it's in the actual test, I don't think I'm going to give you, this complex. I'm gonna make it much simpler than this, but I think this is good practice anyway. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to enter VLOOKUP based on that item, which is repeated in D13, which is 7786. What is it? Somewhere here, this one. So that we can retrieve the matching value, whether it is name, this will be returned. If it's price, then the other value, which is L38, will be returned. So that's the idea of using VLOOKUP. So rather than just doing manually, we're going to use a VLOOKUP. But we're going to make it a little bit smarter, okay? Rather than just entering VLOOKUP, we assume if, just in case D13 is blank. What if there's a nothing appear in D13? Then this VLOOKUP doesn't work, right? So assuming there's a blank, in case there's a blank, then what are we going to do? So that's what I was trying to explain here. If D13, just in case blank, then what are you going to do about this? So that's what this if function will do. So let me show you entire formula. And as you can see, so what this if function will do, if D13 in case is blank, just showing as a double quotation. So two double quotation between a space, then comma, then again double quotation, then you should give a space between these two, okay? So Excel will understand is a blank, okay? Then D13 is blank, then you return blank. So that's what's going to happen. However, in this case, we have some values already, right? So in this case, it's going to proceed with the VLOOKUP. Okay, so this will kick in because we have a value is entered in this case. So it'll execute VLOOKUP. So looking at D13 and compare this range, which is in the right-hand side, then it's going to return value located in column 2. And this will be the exact match because it's one-to-one match. So you need to enter false at the end. And that's the syntax that we need to follow. Then you have two parentheses because if has one and VLOOKUP has one. So you need to end with two parentheses at the end. So again, this is kind of, little complex statement, but in the actual test, I'm going to just ask about VLOOKUP. If you have any questions, let me know. So the VLOOKUP is the main thing. Same thing here. We're going to use VLOOKUP for price. So we're going to retrieve the price based on the BB7786. So matching price will be returned, which is located in right here. That's the matching price of BB7786. So $78.15 will be returned based on this VLOOKUP function in F13. So same VLOOKUP function from E13, only difference is number 3, which is the index number, because the price is located in third column. Right? Then afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to fill other values from item ID in J, column J. So it can be random. You can enter any values from that column J, then fill it in here. Then we're going to just apply same if function by autofill, but make sure you have that absolute cell reference for this area so that Excel will lock in those values. So it would not change it to J6 or J7 as you copy to other cells. All right, then column H, which is just finding the total price based on this purchase. Price times quantity will give you charge, the dollar amount. So that's what we have here in H13, for example. Again, autofill all the way to H20. Then you're going to have a subtotal or sum of those amount above. Then sales tax is multiplying subtotal by percentage up here in G10. Then shipping, rather than just applying same, fixed amount, we're going to use a VLOOKUP because those shipping amounts are differ depending on the delivery time. You have a standard 3-day all the way to overnight, so charges are different. So we're going to use the VLOOKUP. So lookup area, it will be just like that. Those two columns. So those two columns are lookup area. Then apply this function, VLOOKUP function, so that the second column, the price will be returned in this shipping and handling cell. Then at the bottom, which is H27, we're going to sum up those three cells, then you'll have the total amount. So that's what is up here in Snowman worksheets. Okay. Then, of course, you're going to insert your name in the header of the on the sheets. So you need to enter your name in the header. Then I'm going to go back to normal view. All right. So let me know if you have any question on Snowman. All right, so can we go to next sheets? All right, I guess everybody's good. All right, institution sheets here. Well, institution sheet has some hidden functions entered already, some formulas. So you don't have to worry about these functions because we didn't do this in our class. So this has been entered already, which is EFG. So don't worry about it. So this is just formula to get you the monthly payment. And we're going to use those numbers to create chart. So we don't have to know those formulas. Okay. So what we're going to do is we just enter some 6-digit number based on your, what was the direction? Yeah, starting with number one, then followed by 2-digit of your student ID. If you don't know, you can enter any number, then followed by 3 zeros, so that make up 6-digit numbers. Then we're going to autofill all the way down for B13, so that will make up our purchase price. So this data is consist of purchase price for, financing or, or loan some money from institution. Then you have annual rates. Then you're going to find the monthly payment, the total cost, because you have an interest amount, which is column G. Then column H that we're going to calculate based on if function. Okay, so the purpose of this worksheet is calculating if, using if, and creating charts. Okay, so we enter the column B. Then we're going to move on to median, which is B15. So we enter median function. So we're going to find the median value of monthly payment, which is column E. Then same thing, the maximum amount of monthly payment, that's column E as well. Oops. All right. Then if function, okay. So that's step D under institution. So we're going to execute if function. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the if function to compare interest amount and purchase price. Okay, so idea is, if this interest amount is too much, then we're going to say high interest amount, high interest payment. Okay, and the interest amount is less than 10%, then we're going to show the actual amount. So that's the idea. So that we can, make a decision based on whether it's too high or not. So that's this if function will do. So idea is on taking this interest amount, if this interest amount is greater than 10% of purchase price, we regard this as too expensive. So that will show as a high interest amount. Okay. Notice that we have double quotes around high interest payments. Okay, so it'll display high interest payment, but not with the double quotes, only content within double quotes. Okay. Otherwise, meaning that G4 is less than or equals to 10% of purchase price, then we'll just calculate the amount as it appears, which is 10% of purchase price minus G4. It doesn't mean too much, but I just made a, calculation, which is more subtract from 15%. I don't know why I had a 15. Yeah, it was 15. Yeah, 15% of purchase price minus interest amount itself. So that's the example of if function in these worksheets. Then we're going to take this data set to create chart, which is combo chart. So that's the next step, which is step F. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So what you're going to do is we're going to select A3 to A13. Then we're going to select B simultaneously, F and G. Then we're going to go to Insert, Recommended Chart, or Chart, Combo Chart. Then based on the directions, so we're going to leave a purchase price, and total cost with a column, interest amount with a line, with marker. So there's different type of line chart, what they call line with markers. Okay, like that. And we're going to make this interest amount assigned to the secondary vertical axis. So I'm going to click this box, secondary axis, just checkbox, so that interest amount will take up the right side of the vertical axis. Okay. Then I'm going to click OK. Then we're going to save this to a new sheet named combination chart. So I'm going to just click Move Chart in the toolbar. In New Sheet, I'm going to name it Combination. Chart. Oh, it's already have it. So I'm going to make it Combination Chart 2. There you go. So there your combination chart. Then under F, you have some steps to edit this chart. Like a chart title. I'm sure you can do it. And apply different style from here. Different style. Then also major unit of secondary vertical axis. So double click on the secondary axis so that you can go to major. So in here, I'm going to change it to 10,000 instead of 20,000. Also, name the axis title as an interest amount. So we're going to insert axis title to the right side. Axis title, secondary vertical. And here you're going to type it in interest amount. Right? So that was step still under F. Step F. I think I'm missing something here. Oh, display unit. I didn't do display unit. Okay. Because we have you know, 1,000 digits, so we're going to reduce the digits. So just double click again, axis option. We're going to display unit, make it 1,000 unit, right? Thousands. Right. So we can reduce those zeros, too many zeros. We can also just reduce the decimal places. All right. And one more thing, we're going to insert data label to this data series. So I think we can control this. We don't have to add both because if you add a data label on the chart, it's going to be too crowded, right? So we can just edit one of this, either one column or line. So we're going to choose one of this. Then we're going to go to chart element, insert the data label outside end. So it'll show only data label to, what is that dark green? Total costs. And a couple of things more, you know, I think a little bit goes in a little bit too deep. I don't think we're going to have that much in the test, but you know, who knows? So I may ask only a few out of all those. So we can change the color of the bar. So you can select right click and change the field. If it's if you need to change the yellow, then change the yellow, and the other one change it to like a red. Right. So that's something you can change. Also, gap between these bars. So if you want to change the gap between those two bars, for example, just double click on it. Then you have series option on the right side. Gap width, that's what the gap will do. So to change the number, like 100, so that the bars are thicker now. So that's up to step F. So we are done with the combination chart. G is creating area charts. So we're going to go back to our institution. This time we're going to select A and G. Then area chart, insert, recommended chart, area chart, 3D this time. And I'm going to move to new sheets, name area chart. Nice, that's your area chart in 3D. We're going to format a little bit, applying different style from here. Then change the title and remove the legend if you have a legend. I don't think we have a legend. No legend, so that's fine. Then 3D rotation, because we have 3D, we can rotate this, perspective. So it look kind of cool. So the way you're going to do is you're going to go to here, chart option, and you have 3D rotation. Then there's a different rotation to X, like what's the value? X 20, Y, we can make it 15, then perspective 20, then depth of base, right here, like 100, and it's there. So you can just kind of rotating 3D. All right, so that's the area chart. Yeah. Any questions about whatever we've done so far? Nope.
No, nothing so far.
Okay,
But
great.
I do have questions in regard to in regard to assignment 6. So once we get around to that, I will ask questions then.
Assignment 6. Okay, sure. All right. Next one is PAR. All right. Okay, so this is just working with multiple worksheets. Again, we have like 20, so many worksheets, up to 20, I believe. Yeah, that's what I make. And you may have maybe less than 10 worksheets if we're going to have one. So we're going to consolidate those data sets from January to the last month into summary worksheet. That's the main thing that we're going to do. So before we do that, we're going to fill those blanks on each of individual worksheets. So I'm going to group them. So I'm going to press Shift and hold it, then click the last worksheets, which is 20. So all those 20 sheets are selected. So they'll do, all those things at once. So starting with the sum of those different animal type. Then we're going to flash fill. Same thing here. All right. Is it 126? They're all same? Or kind of coincidence? All right. Percent of surgery. What he's saying is we want to find out the percent of surgery number out of total. Okay. So it's division, which is take the C5 divided by total appear in E5. There you go. Then we're going to change it to percent format with the 2 decimal places. I think something is... Oh, when we group, I think sometimes it happens. So we'll see what happens next. So we can increase decimal places. Huh. Is that correct number? Are all numbers same? It's kind of suspicious. C5 evil. Well, something is not right, but I think we can continue because I don't see any problem with formula. Okay. Then we're going to consolidate. Okay. So here we go. So so we're going to have to group them, right? So I'm going to select January all the way to 20. Then I'm going to click a B5, right? B5. That's what it appears, right? There you go. And we can autofill. I think it makes sense. Right? So that's the formula. But again, if you try to enter manually, you see it can be painful, right? So that's why we are selecting, using your mouse and all that, rather than typing it. However, percent of surgery must be entered, must be calculated based on number now, rather than, extract from all those worksheets. Because if you do that, you're going to have all those numbers add up. But percentage here is not adding up, right? You need to calculate based on surgery over total. So you need to do it separate. And you're going to have a 0 because there's a 0 number appears in surgery, so that's fine. Then percent format to the 2 decimal places. And again, that's the formula view. Oh, those numbers are now filled in. That's what happened. I mean, no wonder, because when I just ran a few minutes ago, the numbers were not correct, but now they fix it by itself, I guess. But anyway, any questions? No problem? All
No
right.
problem so far.
Okay, so what was that about assignment 6?
Yeah, so basically the question was about the video that you posted. Are they typically the exact same as the assignments that we're doing?
Oh, could it be slightly different because that's using like a kind of older data. But
Gotcha.
the main
Gotcha.
thing is same, just using the same function, almost same formula, but data set can be different.
Gotcha. Because it was
Yeah.
asking, one of the questions was asking for, I want to say it's like question 7. It asked us to use a different cell than the one you were using in the PowerPoint. So I was just making sure that I was
Yeah.
doing the right thing. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Just follow the book, the direction rather than the
Right.
video
Right.
because video is just using older version. So,
Gotcha. That was all though.
okay, good. Or if you have any specific steps, let me know. All right. So anybody else? Questions? One thing I want to show is workday function and network days function. I think I didn't cover this at all, or it didn't appear in the assignment, but it appears in the textbook. So two functions related to workday, working day, holiday, those kind of examples here. And here's the data set. And, first 5 columns are not important, but here, because it's going to deal with dates. So here's the example of using Workday, okay? So what happened is your starting day of work or travel day of work, say October 1st, and when you're going to come back, when is the next working day after 10 days, okay? Because of holidays, weekends. So that's why this Workday function is valid, because otherwise, we can find out when we're going to come back, but because there's always holidays and weekends. So Excel will calculate that, extract those days and give you the date that you're going to come back from travel or break. So the way function work is workday, then you give a date that you're going to calculate, comma, and 10 days after, and the 10, or 20 days after, 20, then it'll give you the date that you're going to come back. Okay, that's the workday function. And network days function is finding how many days between two dates, working dates. Okay, again, it's going to exclude holiday and weekends. So that's why this network days function is, useful. So the way it's going to work is here, you're going to give a 2 dates, starting dates and end dates. Okay, just like that. Starting date is, say, October 1st, end date, or, the date you come back, maybe December 1st or whatever, then it'll give you how many working days between those 2 dates. In this example, 11. That's between October 1st and October 15th. Although there's a 14 days, 15 days, because weekends, working days is only 11 days. So those are the 2 examples of, dealing with work days and holidays and things like that. That appear in the textbook. All right. Any questions?
I have a question.
Mhm.
My mic wasn't working earlier.
All right.
For the pause file,
Mhm.
how did you do the like putting everything in for the table? Because when I was putting in my table or just doing the formulas,
Mhm.
it was kind of like the numbers were wrong. Like when calculating it, it came up with the wrong numbers from
Yeah, that's what
seven.
I'm saying. I mean, some region, when we do this grouping with multiple worksheets, the number appear looks incorrect for a few minutes, but afterwards, like a few minutes later or later on, it'll calculate by itself. It'll come
Oh,
back. I don't know
um,
why. That's kind of error, I think.
so
Yeah.
how did you put everything into the table at once, though?
I just showed you. Let me show you again. Okay.
'Cause I didn't quite catch that. Sorry.
Ha. There you go. All right. We can do those, those numbers, existing numbers without do all other things first. So here we go. So we're going to just consolidate those numbers, January, February, all the way to whatever last one. So you're going to start from here, B5. Just a second. So I'm going to type equals sum, opening parenthesis. Then you're going to click January. Okay. Press shift and hold if it's a Windows computer. Shift and hold. Then you're going to click the last worksheets, which is 20 in this example. So those worksheets are selected together, grouped, what we call grouped.
Okay.
See that they're all highlighted, those tabs? Then over here, you can click B5. That's what we're going to add up, right? So we click B5. You see the formula bar? That's what it does appear. Then you just press enter.
Okay. Thank you.
And same thing to others, but we can always autofill just like that. Autofill vertically. But those numbers are zero because we didn't do this part yet. So we only did these parts. So all others showing as a zero.
Okay. So that was
Okay.
just errors. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. All right. Any other questions? Well, like I said, this review question contains more than, what the actual test will cover. So, don't discourage if you see some questions are difficult, but the actual test is going to be much easier and shorter. All right. Okay. Looks like that's it. And good luck to your test. And if you have any questions, meanwhile, just let me know. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. See you later.
Later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Or sorry. I just realized that I think I had one where I think it was assignment. It was where I told you that I had trouble with one of them, and you graded saying that that you had a meeting I'm trying to find the assignment. I think it was assignment 5 or so.
Mhm.
Or not 5, but yeah, assignment 5 with the support.
Yeah.
When it came with the reports, everything was wonky. I just couldn't do it at all.
Support.
Let me see if I could find the file now. For the support examples 5, region 1, 2, 3, 4, or the
Report.
mm-hmm. I'm just pulling everything up, sorry.
Well, do we have a video for this?
For 5, I couldn't find one, or I might not have... Let me...
Let's see. There's a module 5. Yeah, we have it.
Okay.
Yeah, module 5 review assignment.
Okay, thank
Right.
you.
It is review assignment, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the
So
one.
go to Georgia, go view, then under announcement section, module 5 review assignment. That's like October 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this one requires multiple files going back and forth. I know it's a little bit confusing going back and forth, but if you just couldn't do everything, that's fine. It'll be only a few points just in case you didn't complete everything.
Okay.
What I'm saying is you don't have to spend too much time on it, because
Okay.
it's not the main thing. Like if it's like a calculation, formula is important, but this thing requires just tapping into multiple files.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a big deal. So
So I think what was going on with my Excel, I'm not sure what's been going on or happening with my Excel, but I've just been getting like the wrong formulas or so. Well, not the formulas, but wrong calculations. Sometimes it just wouldn't register where I have to do it multiple times.
well,
Just
I don't know what kind of computer you have, but make sure you installed if you go to File, you go to Account, then check what kind of version you have. The Microsoft Office. You better have a Microsoft 365.
yeah, because I have all of my windows,
Yeah.
they're up to date and stuff, but it's just I don't
Because
know.
even Office, we have different versions. Like a web version or internet version is a little different from full version.
Yeah, I have the desktop.
Desktop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might want to update then. You can just go ahead, click Office Update, then try to update and see what happens. Because
Okay.
there's always, not always, but sometimes, Microsoft Office updates available so that you need to update your applications.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice night.
Okay. Let me know if you have any other questions.
I will.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.